Hey,
Hey, it's been a while.
it has been a while,
Yeah, like over a month.
over a month.
Yeah.
Um, School has ended. It is officially summer vacation,
hmm
technically like a third of the way through summer vacation already.
well, I mean, more than that for you. This is permanent summer vacation.
Well, as long as summer lasts.
Well, yeah, but you have wrapped up a 10-year chapter in your life.
Yep. And I
Yeah.
am officially out of the classroom. I'm not going to say I'm done teaching because I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously still, working with my own children.
Well,
And
yeah,
I'm
just in the conventional sense.
right. I'm still working with writers. I'm still doing book coaching, which I feel like is still kind of teaching.
hmm
And I will be subbing when the school year starts. So I'm still going to be teaching. I just won't have my own classroom or a, set
hmm
schedule.
Yeah, well, exciting stuff. Well, why don't we dive into this? So, welcome to Words Are Hard, a writing and editing podcast. I'm your host, Ramsey, the extrovert in charge of keeping the conversation flowing.
And I'm your other host, Rachel, editor, indie author, and we're going to have to think of something else to put in that third spot. Boo.
Oh, yeah, because you had teacher in there all the time.
I had English teacher in there, so
Yeah.
maybe I will put
Uh,
in tired mom
editor,
because I do feel like that is a major part of my existence right now.
okay. Editor, indie author, and kind of sort of still teacher.
Yeah, that doesn't flow as well.
No, but when does anything in here flow?
I also feel like once an English teacher, always an English teacher,
Mm,
you
all right,
know,
fair enough.
but
Yeah. Well, so today's episode is going to be a short and quick one. We are just getting together to, honestly, I feel like more for us to just get back in the groove of doing this.
hmm.
But give you guys an update about what's going on. Kind of, we already went into some of that with Rachel, with her new stuffs. But yeah, so take it away.
That's we already did me. It's your turn.
uh, I got nothing.
That's great. That's good.
Yep. Yep.
Good material.
Uh-huh.
I am updating our episode schedule while we do this because I can multitask.
I can too.
I didn't say you couldn't. I just
Okay.
that was more of a I tried to multitask while posting something yesterday and I did most of it right, but like it was a chapter and the chapter title was wrong.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so we got stuff coming.
We do. We have just a bunch of episodes planned out, more than I was thinking. I thought we were kind of running to the end of our list of,
No, we had a ton of stuff.
well, we still have some more. On the roadmap coming up, we have narrative styles and techniques, dealing with rejection as a writer, which
Mm-hmm.
is important.
Yep.
Something that's going to happen regardless of how wonderful your writing is.
Mm-hmm.
So, good one to talk about there. We're going to talk about fan fiction. I'm excited
Okay.
about that. What to do when you hate your project.
Oh boy.
hmm How to write when you don't feel inspired to write.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So we have a
Yeah.
lot of subverting tropes, unreliable narrators, lots of fun topics coming up. I'm excited to get to.
Yeah, and I would consider this season two of the podcast because we did have a break. So season two is going to have all of that in store, and I'm sure we're going to have some other guests that are going to be coming on. Hopefully, something more than just Bethany. Not that Bethany's not enough. She
Yeah, way to
definitely
go.
is.
Geez. We will have
Um,
Bethany back and it's going to be wonderful.
yes, but I would strive to get somebody else on the podcast here. You know, there's a lot of local writers in Wisconsin that we could attempt to get on. And if we're feeling ambitious, Jason Momoa, I don't know. Um, that's the only person I could think of that was famous right now.
That's what happens when we record at 6:30 in the morning.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, Jason, when you're listening to this, come on to our show, onto our podcast. We'd love to have you.
Shoot me an
Um,
email. We'll set it up.
yeah. I know you're busy saving the coral reefs right now, but we'd love to have you.
Can record from underwater.
Hawiwi,
Yeah.
yeah, or wherever he is. I don't know. Yeah. So we are going to work on getting some other people into the booth with us.
Yeah. So if you have any suggestions, especially for local writers that
Hmm.
you would like us to talk to, let us know. Shoot me an email, hit
Yeah.
up social media, and we'll see what we can do to get that scheduled.
And you can find Rachel's emails all over the place. Just listen back to any of the podcasts. I think we've talked about them a
Every
couple
single
times.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do we have like a the road so far kind of supernatural recap of what we have done in this first season?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm asking you. Like you're the one with the paper with the master list in front of you. I
I
don't
mean,
know what we did.
I'm assuming that every listener has listened to every single episode.
Listen, we are getting so big and so popular now that all of our new fans are going to have to go back and re-listen to things. So this may be the first one that they listen to, which would
Right.
be, you know,
Well, I am gonna log on to Podbean super quick and see what our most popular episodes were, because I think that's
ooh,
kind of interesting.
yeah, that's a good one.
But it's being super slow. So, what was your favorite episode or segment that you remember?
Um,
Yeah, that's good.
I I would probably say like probably the first time we had Bethany on.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Because that was getting to break the ice and getting for her to see how weird we are together. What about you?
Our hey, let's chat for 20 minutes turned into an hour and a half.
Oh, God, yeah.
I think my favorite was mm, I like the ones when we talked about like the extinct punctuation marks and the extinct letters.
Hmm.
Those were kind of fun.
Yeah, of course yours would be the actual like grammatical rules and stuff.
That's not grammatical rules. That's just okay. It logged in finally. Statistics. There we go.
All right, what do we got?
Hey, we've actually had people listening throughout our
Oh,
hiatus. That's good to know.
all right.
Top episodes. Here we go. Episode 34, Revisions with Bethany. That
Was that
one's
that
pretty
the second
popular.
time we had her?
Yep.
Okay.
Types of editing was pretty popular.
Okay.
Literary devices, theme,
Okay.
Bethany's other episodes. Ooh, writing sins.
Okay.
That was a big one. Pilot has the most listens, which
The
makes
pilot
sense.
does.
The
Okay.
pilot does, yep.
Hmm.
Titling projects, rhetorical devices. Hey,
Ah,
yeah,
all right.
there you go. Greatest hits.
Greatest hits. All right. So let us know in the comments, emails, whatever, if you would like to see something new for season two.
Or if there's a topic you'd like us to dive deeper into,
Yeah,
do
maybe
that too.
we can introduce a new segment to the show. If you guys like the fun facts, we'll keep those going. That's literally the only thing I can bring to the table. So,
Petition to do like actual fun facts related to the topic.
oh my Lord, you find a fun fact about a literary device.
Yeah, I
No,
find them all fun.
No, it is very difficult to actually find fun facts pertinent to what we are talking about.
Pertinent. Look at you.
Yeah,
6:30 a.m.
yeah.
That's what's impressive. You know big words. You use big words. That's not the big deal. 6:30 a.m. when I've been bugging you for 20 minutes to get out of bed so we can do this.
Right. Again, I didn't go to bed until like 2.
Skills
So,
issue.
I set my alarm and I think it said 3.5 hours. I'm like, great.
Who is in charge of your schedule?
Mom,
Okay.
I don't know. No.
That's we're working with my 5-year-old. That's right, he's 5 now.
That's
On
crazy.
not needing to wear a pull-up overnight anymore.
No.
Working on that. And something that we say frequently is, who is in charge of your body? You don't need to wait to be told it's time to go to the bathroom.
Mm.
So you'd be surprised at how much life advice is applicable to toddlers and adults. Five
Oh, for
isn't a
sure.
toddler, but
For sure. That and the same skill set that you have in dealing with a drunk person is the same skill set that you have with dealing with toddlers.
hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I had eighth grade was my homeroom last year, and I told them frequently, the same things that I need to tell my then 4-year-old that I also have to tell my eighth graders on a daily basis. There's an unfortunate amount of overlap. Things like, keep your hands to yourself.
Mm.
Please take your finger out of your ear. We don't lick our friends.
That one applies to drunk people also.
Yep, most of them do.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of what we got coming down the pipeline for season 2 of the Words Are Hard podcast. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add?
Lots of things, but I'm gonna do like a, drip content. Like we'll do little bits at a time, so you have to keep listening to throughout the episodes. I'll hide like hidden clues.
Oh, I
Oh,
like that.
actually, there is one really kind of big thing. Speaking of not teaching in the classroom, but still teaching, I made a
Hmm.
writing course.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were getting to that.
I forgot about it, which
Oh,
is
God.
crazy because it has consumed my life for the last like 2 months. I've been
Yeah.
working very, very hard on it. But yeah, it's done. It is available. And the people who have taken it so far have really liked it, which is encouraging.
Oh, I don't want to sound surprised that you have clients already, but oh.
Thanks. Yeah, and I had one person who is not, oh, I should preface this by saying it's a writing course for parents who have
Right.
small children.
I thought it was for like teens who want to write.
No, that's not a course. That's just like tutoring that
Oh,
I also offer. No, the course is called Writing in the Cracks, The Busy Parent's Blueprint to a Publish-Ready Manuscript.
oh,
Specifically because as a parent with small children, they're not great at respecting my schedule because they have to
no.
do things like, go to the bathroom every 20 minutes and eat and play and all those other annoying kid things.
Yeah.
One moment.
As she pauses and mutes the mic to holler at her child.
I didn't holler.
Now I know.
I spoke quietly but firmly. Anyway, um, and as a new mom, I really struggled with, okay, now how do I write? How do I finish
Hmm.
my goals? How do I achieve my goals? How do I finish my manuscript when I don't have time to shower?
Yeah.
How am I going to figure out a writing schedule?
Hmm.
But it's possible, and I did it. And I actually counted up all of the words that I wrote that I could find that I wrote between the time when I had my son and when my daughter turned 1. So in those 4 years.
Hmm.
And I wrote over 200,000 words
Okay.
and published two books with, two
Yeah.
newborns,
Yeah.
nursing, potty training, all that stuff. And my daughter, lovely, wonderful, adorable child that she is, did wake hourly for the first entire year of her life. Not
Mm.
quite, 11 months.
Yeah.
That is not an exaggeration. Every single hour, every single night. And I still was able to do that because of the methods that I put together that I am now putting in this course, or I have put in this course.
Yeah.
So I had a writer take the course who was not a parent, but who
Oh,
has just a job that has really weird hours. She works
sure.
late nights and early mornings, and it's not a consistent schedule.
Hmm.
So she said, I don't really have the issue of like kids interrupting my schedule. It's just so unpredictable that it's hard to put together a writing routine.
Right.
But she said this worked, this helped her. She has been writing more since taking the course than she had in a long time before that.
Sure.
That's encouraging.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So, if you want to learn how to build a writing routine around an inconsistent schedule, I also talk about things like writing in loops, which is a technique that I'm not going to say for sure I invented because I'm sure it exists somewhere. I haven't seen anything about it, but it's breaking your story into really, really small sections. So when you only have 10 minutes to write,
Hmm.
you can still be writing productively. You can still be finishing something and feeling like you're moving your story forward instead of just, well, I'm going to try to slap down 50 words and,
Hmm.
hope for the best.
Yeah. Well, good. So that sounds awesome. So if you are a parent writer, make sure you get yourself some of that. Even like you have that one client who is not a parent, but works a crazy schedule.
Yep.
So yeah, and they can find that at your website.
They can find it on my editing website, rosedeanediting.com.
It's ROSEDENE editing.com.
Thank you. I missed that. It's also, I have links on on Instagram and on Facebook
On your
and
socials.
yeah, so you
Okay.
can find that there.
Okay. Not hard to find, hopefully.
Nope.
So are you still doing the teen writing thing?
I have that available. I currently
Okay.
don't have any clients. I'm also still working one-on-one with writers for editing and book coaching. I actually have a call with a guy in Germany
Really?
later today. So
Do you remember your German?
he speaks English.
Well, whatever. Do you remember your German?
Yes.
Kannst du sprechen Deutsch?
Ja, ich kann. Ein
Gut.
bisschen.
Ein bisschen. Ich kann auch. Ein bisschen auch. Okay. So good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good German. That's
Tossing
actually
that
pretty
out there.
cool. That's actually really cool.
It is. It's fun.
Yeah. How did he find you?
The internet.
The internet.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have that. I have a manuscript that should be ready now. She was putting the final finishing touches on it, so I'll get to start that one. Fantasy book in the next couple weeks. I'm excited about that. I'm
Okay.
currently working on a crime drama. Actually, I think you would like it. It's very fun. And
Uh,
it's set.
a client's crime drama?
Yeah,
Or okay.
yeah. I am reading through. I'm
Hmm.
doing a line edit on it. It's set in like on the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin. So there's some
Oh,
crossover.
okay.
So that's fun.
That is fun. What about you? You have the first word weaver.
Hmm.
Um, I forget the name of the first book in the Ravenlock trilogy.
Word Weaver.
Ah, shouldn't have forgotten that. When is Word Weaver coming out?
So Word Weaver is completely done. It's
Hmm.
formatted. It's everything. It's ready to go. I could publish it today. I'm waiting. because it
Hmm.
ends on a really big cliffhanger. So I'm
Okay.
waiting to publish it until I have books two and three closer to being done.
Okay.
I have been working on book two, haven't been making as much progress the last few like month because I've been finishing up my course.
Sure.
But I am back to working on book two again. It's going really well. I'm excited
Good.
about it.
Good.
One moment again.
And while she pauses to yell at her child again, I will serenade you with the smooth, smooth sounds of whale mating noises.
I'm waiting.
Oh no, you're gonna insert whale mating noises into that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Sure. So yes, working on book two. Book three is outlined and started, but is not finished. So I need a
Okay.
lot more work on that. Really, really hoping to get them both hammered out over the summer.
Okay. So this year we should expect to see
My
Word
wonderful,
Weaver.
perfect, ideal timeline,
Hmm.
if my children cooperate, because I do have my kids with me over the summer, home,
Mm, yeah.
which is not a lot of time for uninterrupted writing when you have a
Yeah.
5 and a 3-year-old at home. But if
Oh,
they cooperate,
5 and a 4-year-old. Let's be real.
three,
She's
she's
or she's
turning
about to turn
three.
3. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah, I forget. There is the 2 years apart, just like us.
Yeah, almost exactly our age gap.
Oh,
It's 2 years and a month.
yeah. All right. I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. But yes, the my goal is to finish them over the summer. And if all goes according to my idealized plan, I would love to be able to publish book one in October
October. Okay.
and then have October, November, December would be the release schedule.
Oh, come on. You gotta lengthen that out a little bit.
Mm, don't have to, no.
No, I mean, how long did J.K. Rowling take in between her
Yeah,
books?
no, that's not the same thing because she did traditional publishing. So
Oh,
you're
okay.
forced to do long gaps between the books. Once I'm done, I don't have to wait for anything. And the quicker I release, the more the momentum is already going from the previous books. I don't have to start over. Know what I mean?
Okay.
The November, December isn't always the best time for publishing with the holidays. So
No,
there's
but
a chance I might push one to January, but
I feel like it could be good because people might be buying books for gifts.
right. And if I start starting book one earlier, so I
Hmm.
already have an audience for two and three. So that is my ideal plan. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. You heard it here first. Now we got to hold her to it. Everybody, we're gonna peer pressure her into making sure that this is done.
That's actually
Uh,
incredibly helpful. So please.
yeah, yeah. So bully the crap out of her in the comments. Every couple weeks, every month, be like, "Yo, how's it going? You closer? We're time's ticking away."
Yeah, for any writers who are interested, I'm putting together a writing challenge in July to help motivate
I was
and
gonna say, are you just gonna literally stop that? I'm putting together a
writing
writing
challenge
challenge
in
in
July.
July.
Yep,
Period.
that's it. We're
Done.
gonna we're
Moving
gonna
on.
write throughout the month of July. It'll be a good time. But to motivate each other and check in and be that nice, helpful, positive peer pressure to get our
Yeah,
projects done. So if you want to write with me, check out my socials. I'll be posting stuff about that.
yeah. And I mean, you heard it here from a teacher. This is the time that it's okay to bully each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
positive peer pressure is a thing and
yeah.
it's helpful. I would say more, encourage and support over bully, but you do you.
Semantics. Same thing. Yeah, another big word that I used correctly.
You did. Good job.
Yes, I am. Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else?
Nope, I think we can wrap it up.
Okay. So if you enjoyed the episode today, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. I actually don't remember what the
Ah,
close out,
you did a good job. We're doing this blind. We don't have the
the
episode
script.
summary in front of us, so you're doing this from memory. You did that pretty well.
Uh, if you want to find out more about Rachel, you can find her on her socials, Facebook, Instagram, or at her website, rosedeanediting.com.
But
Um,
you already spelled, so you don't have to do
I
that
did.
again.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's about it for you. I
Okay.
am still offering my line edits in action first page free edit. So if you're interested in getting a free line edit of your opening page, you can find that on my website, which again, Ramsey already spelled for you, rosedeanediting.com. Check that out, and you'll be entered into a weekly drawing for that line edit.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woohoo. And join us next week as we talk about something.
We're
Um,
going to talk about narrative styles and techniques.
I was not expecting you to already have that.
I have the thing open. We've been talking about it.
Join us next week as we dive into the thrilling, captivating, and exciting world of narrative edit. What was it?
Narrative styles and techniques.
Narrative styles and techniques.
No
Yes.
editing.
No editing.
No,
Um, yeah, words are hard.
we're here to help. We're back to help.
We're
Season 2,
back
baby.
to, ooh, there you go. Outro
I
music.
was trying to re-record the music,
Uh-huh.
and I think I didn't have it tuned correctly when we recorded it the first time because I now have like I've been, I tune it again
Yeah,
and I can't get the same note. Like I'm playing
that
the note, but it doesn't
that's
sound the same.
hilarious.
So I don't know how to replicate that. So
Uh,
we may not have a re-recording. It's just going to be the same one
for
forever,
forever. Yep.
forever.
All right. Bye.
Bye.